Welcome back to another chapter review of the Ichinose Deadly Sins. Slight correction on that intro. It's the Ichinose family's Deadly Sins. This is going to be on chapter 9. Yeah, chapter 9. I believe that's correct. Just read this a few hours ago, and I'm excited to reveal what's happening in the next part of this series, which is going to be a pretty big one. If I can just find and confirm that it is a chapter 9, but I'm pretty sure it is chapter 9. So anyways, yeah, chapter 9. So chapter 9, it gets a little bit more of the story of Shiori with Tsubasa. We get a little bit of the dad as well. It looks like we concluded Shiori's kind of story, and we're moving to dad's story, which his name is Kagekeru. Now, before anything, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You can also follow me on social media and other stuff in the description below, so make sure you check that out as well. So, okay, um, we get a little bit of how this all happened to Shiori, and essentially she woke up one day again, doesn't remember stuff, went home, and she has this weird room with a bunch of bunnies everywhere, right? And she opened her phone to kind of figure out, see if there was any information out there for her to find out. And eventually she finds out that there's this guy who she's been texting with. So she finds clothes and she just ends up going on the date with this guy. And in the date, she's thinking like, this guy's super old. I thought he was gonna be younger. I thought he was gonna be more of a friend, less of a lover. Like, what's going on? Well, she eventually gets to a point where she says that her body just kind of moved and did her own thing, and she doesn't know how to escape. And she, in her eternal self, just wants to not be in this relationship. So when Subasa comes into the scenario and says, "Leave my sister alone," she's a middle schooler. Um, she's deeply happy of this. She's doesn't really show it, but she is happy. And the guy, we at first think he was gonna be like, what, this is my girlfriend or this is my escort or whatever. But no, he says, I didn't know she was in middle school. I thought she was a lot older. We weren't going to do anything. We were just going to a restaurant, et cetera, et cetera. So he runs off. Um, so they go home. Tsubasa shows Shiori's his room, and she's like, "Aren't you creeped out by the whole thing? Your whole wall says die, 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 die." And he's like, "No, I'm just used to it." So they kind of share experiences with one another of what's going on. Well, they get home, and when they're home, and they want to talk to dad, and dad says, "I need to go to work. I can't talk to you guys," and he just leaves. And everyone's kind of wondering, like, and I think this is a grandpa Kozo. He's like, has no one else noticed that he's acting really weird? And I was like, yeah, he never seems to be home, always seems to be eating out and getting home late. So everyone's wondering now what Kakekuru, the dad, is doing. So, I guess the sin of Shiori was lust, and Subasta is still wrath. I I think that's what's going on. Um, yeah, don't know what the dad is all about yet, but I guess we'll find out in the next episode. Like I said, this episode kind of concluded the sisters' kind of story, and I guess we're gonna be moving on forward for now. Not much to say about this chapter other than it moved on the story, and obviously it's doing a good job about it. So for now, I'm excited to see what happens in chapter 10. I'm going to be reviewing these as soon as possible. I know there's a new series also that just aired a few days ago in Shonen Jump, so I'll be reviewing that as well here on my channel. So don't miss it. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. And I'll see you guys next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.